This is our basic toolbox. We've got a lot of different tools to work with here, several functions, and we'll go over this in more detail. We'll go to this red, and we're going to go here and here. Now these are the ice creams that have fallen off of my ice cream cone. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's my... Once the text is in here, you can go to some of the other tools we've touched on before, like for example the Move tool. And once I click on this icon, I want to make sure that this radio button here is ticked, the Move the Active Layer, because otherwise if this was ticked, it'll still work, but you got to play around with it, and sometimes you have a tendency, or I do anyway, of grabbing the wrong layer, even though the mouse is right over this character here. So have that one ticked, that way the active layer, being the hand here, or the freehand, the one we just made, is picked, and we can just move this guy around anywhere we want. And if we want to say rotate it, we can rotate it any way we want. There we have that. And let's try this perspective. First layer. Now then, pretty much how you can do this is you just simply hold your left mouse button down and you will affect the pattern by where you let go, whether it's straight across, at an angle, straight up and down, at some point in between. So there you go. We're going to be touching base on the layers, and this is our layers dialog box here. Now if you don't have yours set up similar to the way I've got mine here, then you can get to your layers dialog box by several filters, down here to animation, over here to playback, and bring you on down into here, and let's hit play. There you have it. There's our flames. Oh, isn't that toasty looking? Of course, I think it's about 18 degrees with a maybe a -4 degree wind chill factor outside right here, and left click on Alpha to Selection, and there's the marching ants. Now then, our text is selected, and let's do the same thing. Start down, pull down, and try to get it as straight as you can, and then let go. Boom. Fantastic. With 4 on my video. So now then what we want to do is let's go with the paint bucket. Now just to add a little more pizzazz to this, I'm going to go a little bit darker than the foreground here. Just a bit darker. That should work for me. And then we're going to, anywhere in any of these texts in here, now we've got the paint bucket or the bucket fill tool selected, and that's going to fill with the foreground color here. That's this one right here. And any one of these texts in here, just click on that and boom, there we go. Now, and that's obviously not what we want, but what we want to do to cure that is we want to move this, the selection we just made here, we want to move this down behind or below the other text. So you just do that by clicking on that or highlighting that and hitting this down arrow.